Hello guys, welcome. You're watching Headset VR. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to a brand new gaming video. Now, quite recently, the Fallout 4 mod called Fallout London was made, I think, perhaps about 12 months ago. But recently, it's been given VR support, going back the last month or so, and that VR support has been extended to the general population. Now, I've put out a couple of videos of this already, and it is absolutely, without doubt, one of the best VR mods I've ever had the privilege of playing. Now, what I have had a lot of requests for is for people to show them how to get it set up and installed so they can play this for themselves. Now, there are a number of ways you can actually do this, but what I'm going to do, rather than explain the multiple different ways of doing it, I'm going to explain the way that I got it done and what I did to get this game playable in VR. Now, there are a couple of prerequisites. Now, first of all, the obvious ones, you need Fallout 4. Now, for Fallout 4, you do need the all the DLC for this game. So you'd need the Game of the Year edition. You'll also need Fallout 4 VR as well. And there are a couple of other things that you do need. And I'm going to show you those things here. Okay, so we're going to make a little bit of a list first of all before we get going. Right, another thing that you are going to need is Mod Organizer 2. Well, like I say, you don't need it, but this is what I did. So, download Mod Organizer 2, and you will also need the Fallout 4 Script Extender VR 0.621. Now, I will provide links for this for everything in the description, so do make sure that you have a look at what I've posted in the description for this video. So here is the Fallout 4 script extender that you need. Right, so the basic things that you need to do is download the F4SE VR 0.621. Download that. And what you also need to do is download Mod Organizer 2. Now, first things first, you will need to make sure that you've got both Fallout 4, the Game of the Year edition, and Fallout 4 VR, both installed as well. You're going to need both of these games. Okay. Now, what you'll also need to do, first of all, is install Fallout London. Now, Fallout London can be a little bit tricky, but then again, the whole process is quite tricky. Right, so to get Fallout London, you will need to downstall it. Well, at least what I did was install it from GOG Games. So, as a requirement for you to play and install Fallout London, as I said, you've got to own Fallout 4 and all of its DLCs, or just the Game of the Year edition, on GOG or on Steam. Now, it is apparently a little bit easier to do if you've got it all on GOG. I, however, have it all on Steam. So, all you do is basically find Fallout 4 London on GOG, and that's where you're going to install it. But what you also need to do is you need to downgrade the game. So let's assume that you've installed Fallout 4 VR and you've installed Fallout 4. And what you need to do is use the downgrader for the game. Now, I've got a link for it just here. So basically, if you come to this page here, which I will put in the description as well, and you'll see here you can get our downgrader from the Nexus mod site. So if you click on that, and it will take you to the Fallout London downgrader and add-ons. Now, if you wish, you can follow the instructions purely on these pages, if you so wish. That is all that I have done, at least, anyway. Now, as it says here, this mod includes the Fallout London downgrader, which allows you to downgrade Fallout 4 with a few button clicks. Now, the bad thing about this is it takes quite some time, and it took me a couple of days to actually get all of this up and running. So, as it says, a few couple of clicks. So, basically, as it says just here, these are all the instructions for it just here. And as it says, the contents of the downloaded files are described just down below here. So what you do is you follow the instructions for downgrading Fallout 4. So you download the recommended files, which are just here, whichever way you want to do that. I did it manually personally, so download those files. Right, so I've downloaded the Fallout London downgrade just here, and if we just go into it, and you'll see just there the full-on downgrader just there. And all you do is you just launch the full-on downgrader just here and let it do its thing. And when that is completed, you would then go on to the next step. Now, make sure as well that when you do install Fallout 4 and Fallout London, you don't have any mods installed. Make sure it's a clean installation. Any other mods can actually have a potential impact on Fallout London, and obviously we don't want that to happen. Now, as an extra precaution, you can go into Documents, My Games, and delete the Fallout 4 save just here. And if you completely delete that, that will be a help as well. And also, if you go into C drive, users, user, app data, and local, and also delete Fallout 4 from there, that is also something that is recommended as well. And that you want to do before you've installed Fallout 4 and Fallout VR. So make sure you do that first. Then you can install Fallout 4 and Fallout VR, and then go through the process of downgrading the game. And what you do when you've installed the game and you've got it downgraded, run Fallout 4 once, make sure it works, make sure you've got the appropriate files created by playing the game that first time. And then what you need to do then is come to GOG Games just here and find Fallout London, and then from there install the game. Okay, so once that's done, and that will take a couple of hours also, once that is done, then we are ready to install the VR version and get the mod installed so we can play it. Now, what I did once I've got Fallout London installed, I did launch it the once to make sure Fallout London works first of all. So that is something I would recommend that you do. Launch Fallout London, make sure that works. Then at least then you know you have done that all correct. Now again, there is going to be this link I will post in the description here, which will explain exactly what you need to do to get Fallout London running initially. And then from here now, we're going to look at installing Fallout VR. Okay, so basically when we've downloaded some files, we downloaded Mod Organizer 2. So get Mod Organizer 2 installed. Don't run it though straight away. And also the Fallout 4 script extender. So what you do is unzip the contents of the script extender and put that into your Fallout 4 VR directory. So let me just show you where that is just here. So as you can see, Fallout 4 script extender is in my Fallout 4 library, as you can see just here. So once you've downloaded the script extender, all you need is literally just the Fallout 4 script extender file. So inside it, it should have the F4SEVR file inside it. And just to check, you should also make sure you've got the F4SEVR loader just here. You will need that for Mod Organizer 2. Now, what we do next, we're going to get Mod Organizer 2 up. So if we pull up Mod Organizer, now I'm going to do individually here rather than the link I've created, so you can see everything that we've got. So what you need to do first of all is, if you set up a portable Fallout 4 VR instance, now it should prompt you this when you create or load up Mod Organizer. So you can go into manage instances and you can create a new instance. If you didn't set up a portable one, it's advisable to create a portable one. And as you can see, I've got the locations here for cmodding/mo2, which is where I've got Mod Organizer 2 set up as in the base folder and for the game. And it's also got the game location as Fallout 4 VR. So if you wish to switch to those settings, those locations, you can do. Just take a look on the screen just here. Okay, now what we need to do as well is copy the data directory from your Fallout London installation. You need to go actually to the Fallout 4 where the mod has been installed to, and those are the directories that you need. So let us browse the local directory for Fallout 4. And if you go into the data folder here, you'll see we've got all the DLCs and we've also got all the London files. Basically, copy the data directory from where you installed Fallout London over Fallout 4. So this data directory just here, go inside, copy all of these files here, and what you have to do then is find where you installed Mod Organizer 2. So for me, that's going to be in the C drive, and I created a file called modding, and Mod Organizer 2 is just here, and then it's in mods. So as you can see, now I've created this folder, which as you might have noticed a few minutes ago, is exactly the same layout as what we've got in Mod Organizer 2 already. So basically you copy the contents of where you installed Fallout London, that data file, all of this, and I created a new folder called Folon Data. So basically in Fallout London data, as you can see, we've got all those DLCs and all those files from this data file here. So copy those into a folder created called Folon Data, and if you haven't got this mods directory just here created, create that in the MO2 folder just here. But like I say, you put that into mods, Folon Data, and copy everything, well, paste everything from your Fallout 4 installation location into the Folon Data folder. Now, what you do need to do is, if you see this F4SE file, you don't want to copy that over, or you can just delete it from Folon Data after you've installed it. So, now what you can also do, there is a Fallout 4 VR INI file. So let us just go to where that is. I've downloaded this a while ago. As you can see, I've still got some of these files here. There is an INI file just here. And if I can find where there we go. There's the INI file just here. And all of these 3 files. Now, there's a couple of places you can put this in. Now, when I put this in, I put it into the wrong place. So I'm going to show you where I put this into. Now, it will tell you to put it into here. If you follow the instructions on the Discord, it'll tell you to copy those INI files into, let me just show you that again. So in the MO2 folder, you go into Profile, so let's just be clear. So when you go into C drive and where you've installed Mod Organizer 2, it'll tell you there MO2, and in mods, you can see what we've got here, but come out of that and just go into Profiles and Default, and the Discord will tell you to copy these files into here, but don't do that. Do not do that. So what we'll do is just show you the location where you actually need to be installing these files. Okay, so as you can see just here, I've just gone into Documents, My Games, Fallout 4, and as you can see, those INI files, this is where you copy them over into the Fallout 4, Fallout 4 Custom, Fallout 4 Prefs. Copy those into Documents, My Games, Fallout 4, and just put them into there. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to install the Fallout London VR mod. Okay, so what you need to do is install Fallout 4 VR tools, which you may have seen lying about in my downloads here, which is just here, Fallout 4 VR tools. Now I've extracted this already somewhere, and there we go, we've got Fallout 4 VR tools. And what you need to do with this is, along with this, also install Frick. So we can see both of these just here. You can get these both from Nexus. Now this mod is going to include settings and offset files for all 100 or more of Fallout London's weapons that Frick will copy to the Frick config directory on the first run. So as you can see, these are just a number of scripts in Fallout 4 VR tools, and inside Frick you've got loads of meshes and things like that. And if we just go back to, oh, where were we? If we just go back to mods and Folon data, you can see here, this is where we've put them. So this is local disk C for me, modding, Mod Organizer 2, mods, and as you can see, we've got Frick just here and Fallout 4 VR tools. So as I say, put those in the Mod Organizer 2 file. So wherever you've installed it, I've called it modding, MO2, mods, and you put those in there just here. Now, we also need to make sure we install the Fallout 4 VR mod. So there'll be a link to the description for that. So download the Fallout 4 VR mod, which is this file is what it is just here. And obviously with this, well, not obviously, it's not actually obvious, so I won't say obvious. So with this, it's not that obvious, but do not extract this file. What we need to do is just go into Mod Organizer, and if we click on File and then Install Mod, and then if you just go to where that download is, as you can see, Fallout London VR. So just click open on that. I'm not going to do it, I've already done it, and that will put the mod into here. Now what we also need to do is, this is how the mod load order should work. So you need to make sure that you've got Folon data at the top, Fallout 4 VR tools beta, Frick alpha, and then Fallout London VR. Make sure they're all ticked. But we also need to set up where it's going to run from. So there's the little arrow just here, and if you create, or should say, in this case, I'm just going to edit, and what I've done is I've shown you. I'll show you exactly where this is. So we need to look for the F4 SEVR loader. So as you can see just here, if it allows me to show you the actual location. Now, because I've got Fallout 4 VR and Fallout 4 on my D drive, this is the location we go. So basically, just to clarify that, to set this up, you need the binary location just here as the F4SE VR loader. So basically when you click on run, just situated in the top right corner of Fallout, well, the mod organizer, it will launch the F4SE VR loader. That is what we want to launch the game in VR. Okay, so make sure, like I say, you've created a new executable. And as it says just there, choose the F4SE VR loader. Okay, and then it'll ask you to apply. Just click apply, press OK. Now, if you have installed everything correctly, you should have all of the DLCs showing just down the side here as everything that what you have installed. So in this order, this is a priority order that you need to have these in. So as you can see, Fallout 4.esm, and it says the origin is the Folon data, and same as the Fallout 4 VR.esm, that's in data as well. And then these DLCs for Coast, Nuka World, Robot, Workshop 1, Workshop 2, Workshop 3, they're all going to be in the Folon data. And then you also need the London World Space as well next. Again, that's from Folon data. And then the World Space DLC block is going to be from Fallout London, well, the Folon data. And then next we have Fallout London VR, and then lastly we have Frick. So you need to make sure these are all ticked, and these are all ticked as well. And as far as I can remember, the game should be ready to launch from here. I am going to pick up my Quest headset and let's put the game on in VR and just give a little demo of what we've got. Now, I'll be completely honest, I'm not massively great at tech support, but that is the process that I have followed to get this game working. It is fully playable with motion controllers, and I found when you melee as well, you physically have to swing, so it's got physics incorporated. There's a lot of other things as well that I probably haven't discovered. I've only played it a couple of times, but each time I've been absolutely captivated by how great this game plays as a VR mod. And it is honestly one of the best VR mods I've ever had the privilege of playing. We're only going to do a short little bit here because I've put out a couple of videos of this already. And this video is just purely all about getting set up and making sure we can get you guys able to play this game in a VR headset and appreciate it the way that I've been lucky enough to appreciate it. Now, I would like to give a shout out to the Fallout London VR Flat to VR Discord. Again, there'll be links in the description for that. Now, I've never really had much of a good time with links to Discord using through the video description, so I do apologise if you can't actually get to the Flat to VR Discord, but I'm pretty certain that if you look on Nexus or on the Fallout London release page here, it does show you, let me just remove that, it does show you links to the description, to the Discord for Team Folon. You can get to it from there. So have a little look. I apologise if the links I post aren't very reliable, but there are links that will direct you into the right place. Now, you can play the game through Steam VR this way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to launch the game in VR and we're going to play some Fallout London. So just click on the run button just here and it all should start. Now, it might take a minute or so to start, but do be patient, it should start. Okay, so the game has started in VR, and we're just on the title screen. So I've got a save of this I've already started, so let's just give that a whiz in just a second. Now, I'm not going to show all the gameplay here, so let me just load up this game. and we're going to show this gameplay in a video that you probably will see the day before this, or a day or two before it. Like I say, this video is purely about the setup, so don't expect to see too much of the gameplay here really, but this will be done as a separate video so you can see what you're actually going to be getting. So yeah, the game's just loading up, and once we get in, we'll have a bit of a run around. So if you did want to see the gameplay that I'm going to be doing just shortly, I will release this or upload this prior to this setup guide. Okay, that's it. So we're actually in London here. I've got no idea really where we are, and I'll be honest, I'm not very good with the controls. So anyway, if you want to see the mischief and the activities I get up to in this little session, then go back to look for the previous Fallout London VR mod video. So anyway, if this video has been helpful, then do give us a thumbs up, and if you want to, oops, oh shit, and if you want to see more VR related content, then do subscribe to the channel. And otherwise, any comments you want to make, put them in the usual place. Anyway, I've just completely botched up my start, so I'm just going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. We'll see you again for some more Fallout and other games in VR. Take care now. Bye bye. Bye bye.